out because Katie we meet you kwasichum so you ko man
any go for music
Ozu ko for e dey kan dey
na me go for omo cha dey
Ejumade na ko ni be no nyesi ka say the businesses so there ti hustle pesika it no ye so a ye di ne kwan so
tira ko ni choose ka dey careful e be ka bi ko ni
Reverend Dr. Joseph Kofienchi odon so asempa ya oficia ho machi o se e wesi obi a happy birthday emano na yes so bad enum no kwatenti ni ye die o man na ye da foforo
yes
na ewe mahia asem na me pese me bisa asem kakra de ECG4
yes
na me bisa se ye wo hayi obi asa keketumi sore ba se ma be fro light pole a disconnect ti say area ye wo hayi no disconnecting kania ni nyina say ye nyina ye nasum
o de be say bia dedi kan ukuta tumi bi krata bi
okay
e bia ECG4 na ma asa konya na maybe o mo detect a challenge bi ana say say ECC bi ekoso de no kwa no wole bomo omuyimu asotire say bia meet be me ensanto
ye man notice say be djuma bi etise
ye we nwi ansa na ba wo firi wa opem ye dia na me say what trash
ho na ye bayi o man afinya do wenya potem ho no ma ye ma me ba ko so ato asase ashas o develop asa land no kra che say o sini dan omo nanu ko de ya mo ho no ma na mranti bi ba ya mo ni police for ne ba ebe fro po no kosro eti chicha enhumani nyina
ade illegal na
enye illegal o man osasasero no na toye ko lands commission ma omokoye search omo ye search no na real estate developer na wo to asase ne woni ho no ni di na search no mo ye lands commission e ba ye ti ni che say omo ye the rightful owners a omo to asase ne wo ho a wosia bedru point abeka say o man akato na bro no wawie workers wo adwuma no so enti omo be disconnect wie ye na area ho nyina oni omo ka cho say or evacuate because asase no okita court order nti so do man no kan me gidi say ba na sa na court order no bedra so wo so de kire say enkrata kitamini eno ne ma metumi say adwuma na wo ye no e wo se wo jai enkrata no so wo he o man to me providing enkrata bi at that moment
anini ana
e honie
na almost there no mo so wa na ma me no wa akwa report
o say enti kanea ne ho asema ye kan o so ofre pram ECG manager o se manager ka che ne se on to me nya hwemfa ho nti o ma o be disconnect o ko hwehwem no me connect oni mo so ba bia and o ba according to yemami a o kana sem yi na police for kam ho a police for gina ho na o edi sa adwuma ne disconnect e ho ni nyina wan enti se pram ECG manager say on to me nya ho hwe enti kone kochi ko pe wo mo a o mo be di sa adwuma no homa no krampo no mo wie ne so wo cables no o mo sesa ni nyina koy enti o na say ye to man mu na ye bedru this point to say cables ye o mo sesa ni nyina koy na ye se lawlessness
mama me nchechi mu yi what the number between na kasa because
sure ye between
it doesn't make
enti asie nim
the fee
if you na wo sinini eno man court o se omo be di sa adwuma ne koy na chi na o de court on krata omo de court papers ne send ye no wo hwe data 22nd January 2025 ena enkrata no de ba ne say nyina so mpo say ye de di dwuma e ka asemo a o de be ye it from January man we in October obiansi wama na ye adwuma ya to this point onu so say okita land title chesa sase ne dia set okoboy wo lands commission emma no sa hotoso ne say real estate for no to asase no wo nsem no eyo mo dia no mo de ma no
disanko for no free
obi ni ba bi o mo free
ana ECG pay mo wo
eso no nko hihye obro mo na ma ye reconnection ne ma no it is a say oye obi a me fa no say oni Ghana
ECG pay mu ne ka asase no
o si ECG pram na oni Ghana ha say owo obi man so
na police for no free na buy
oso onim ana che say emrant na buy so na obi anim ona omokro mo ye adwuma ono na sase no so kra no omo fi sunyane na aba omo developing the land ne fie na ma no ana ye de awie kasa yi ititi date enkane no ye connect ye onya ba bia che say post fuo ECG fuo intina say ba bia ni hono ma justice a wo pe no obenya. But but man we can't conclude there, but per the narration what the man say all avenues are what funny there was yes ho bia no baby obedu bia na say enso no de neko as onya baby ebeka say okay you better take up the matter near the achiri. And that is the issue, man.
Okay, so the Ben say Oma ni repom brajwada.
Okay.
Na yenkubusa empanyifo. Ozi. Na yenkubusa empanyifo said the beya emobetimi.
But say it to me enya no so wie ya. Na entimu na wo honom no. Oman na isi gipo kra say isi japade. Inti obia tumi soreba esema be fru po nkane na momodi di dwuma ne ade nyina no ma disconnect the whole area munasumu na ECG mpanyifo se yete ho ye hyehan asose hwan na baye police fo mo de mo baye enti police ni awo ba abe execute a court action no na sinkrata no krompo you don't have it at hand and okotu sa na mo no. Oh, eba no sana yenuma yenuan mu bi na wo tu kwan kwama no ne yenim say the whole system setie it is say your institutions na entumi enye adwuma no maye the results na be kwa wi akire ase obi atumi ye de ope a obi anka hye obi amu ahye emra bi anka hye sano a na ton na ye ton ye homa akire wiase no ye ton ne sese Ghana lawlessness ne ye di makota na asesen
a bit strange but me gidi say adwada wo de Yema ne rep bimba then we follow up to ECG Tinankaza won't cry. But I'm worried with the response.
Pam ECG manager.
According to Mameno.
Yeah.
Or say ECG manager. I don't think, and I don't want to believe say Obenya kukudra kasasem nachre obia. Na ECG Tinana sometimes mo pre a year. Mohoye wa no mini pebi pe meter ho asem eno ekoye ntokwa
okay
nti ono ano wakoho
chakwan sa enye se de che wo wi asam be talk credit guso na say smart meter si omudi aben numa enum ye enye num ketwa but we have no choice e wo se etua ukoka Yebeka say na was say ye increment into muba because the mama ye legal connection and na sika no ye ton wi na jeje na ye problem into the end the me suffer because of incompetence. Man, it's unfortunate. Say ebeba sa hwe oba be si adan ye wakukresi ho no. Tu be jiri dan na gwa na so be ye den. Na me person who Lands Commission say bia o man wato asase ama me na me call Lands Commission ye koye search no mahunu say o man na oto asase ne ma me no ni din ne won krata so Lands Commission enti esi den na mato asase na ye hu papers ni na wie na me sa ka me land title man so to me sa ba hu to this extent say akodru say is it the case Lands Commission what a problem was say asase no nipa na me ba ya na ne di was as the owner or tom ma me no na nye ne dia na se na nye ne dia ne di ya den ba asase no plot no so say e ye ne di otumi tom ma me na ye
Lands Commission
what is happening at Lands Commission they just said omo emasa e friend say e ka we nkrofo boka no
strange
because how to me follow up e Lands Commission koye search na pampa me ko ye nipa na woto asase na ma me no ne dimu na asase ne wo na me to wie na me benya problem wo ho a na Lands Commission tenchen na me sofa na asesen
so debia da meka oman no chichiri na nkasa a problem ana menim ba mo ba asase so no mo se asase enye ma me ne dia and as a Kenyan or found illegally. These are the two things that I want to be sure the reasons for.
Kenyan crowd you disconnected the whole area. Into that now more no more na was po no suni nyina no disconnection air affect you nyina and you see evacuation baby I was sit down assassin was sit down was so near there no one feel so to man it is January mpona yen fa ne say nes okitalan title na wo dwe assassin ya wo dia na wakwaje court on krata that's as so January 2025 we are in October. It's all this while adwuma cause ebi krompo na o chinitin temo a otwiniti ntema enka project no anrise ankwankodo si abo roof na wie ena de issue beba nti oba sika we nyina be ko waste anasa te saying like I want to understand how lands commission omo yomodwuma how are ensase registered the lands commission dimu anasa no na se ye tete office se waba wasasase na hanada no de plot na ba na no ya register ye botre ye checks bi ana what lands commission what do they do ansana ya ba beto say asoma si di na wa asase no so eda asase no so wo matena ye.
Okay, so ye beba and so Reverend for Jakwaba
Deja Omanhene
official me uko position me hu
I think come to eja breno de senya me pese oye bibi kese na de wakosie o pese man for so fe won na de wakosie o pese suya bibi su free sin to bi mu so na de wasi en fear na no we wapi na o tun beto admedi so te e so
bibi ai boko
na da wo ma bibi aboko na me yamba program
nyame adom Reverend
na then so ye nua sekretary na skumi me ba mti se na obofa oti ase anke na me call international conference center lawyer for call ka hu bi nti na me fa ne currency the man of congratulations na ya sama ye nua no ma omo abeye lawyers esquire for nyina ne mo nyina congratulations me am meet back one na engineering it's not the same classroom. Na a Krobi or Alfred Swa, we engineer, we teacher, we there, obey lawyers. Lawyer Patrick Omanhene for Madam for very smart, congratulations, Makonta lawyer, Nana Broker, sorry, so congratulations, and you made back. I think he was even our senior lawyer, Ephraim Williams, Fico. Congratulations. And then a lawyer for I have from when invited me to make to see a book. Congratulations. Eric J. Esquire. Congratulations.
So, it is saying.
Another Roma,
what can I Ghana power?
When I say the women say, media, Pekasa, you might say, one for Casanca. Mekasana is a deacon.
You started the year making government uncomfortable. Ekosiisen.
I would hear him.
Reverend on the back.
Say flights I would be BBC has a medmonia DSA. But think of so to
never be brave. Was just be President can't say what here. What is some day? Committee back. Investigation bed.
The president said, "Oh, committee now.
The minute to be able to do. They never met. That committee was just BBS. Never. Me chief for na me the picture be.
No sakasa. Producer. Say nipa omoko Assafuah juma abandon station. Chop maker chop for na idiomoko.
Oh yes. Na no never so but answer on my chia me chief for na the picture be ma producer mesro pa say na phantom for me so I say oba asen da man you enclave about 7 adjoining communities ya can boom aye obia ewo ne independent chief there but we are all close together so we have that alliance and at secondary school Madam Kwama secondary school no braye pa Omanhene Madam Fubi sa be not as a tune then the conkurance ko pa mpeni ko for chewansa won do maba they took can ko Odotobri box and so it mean enrollment e ko Madam Kwama SHS and then I say Madam Kwama SHS is a category B school and one of the highest performing secondary schools in Asensa. Eswapa ebubu atitia pansamoa and Korea Babeko school, they don't even have where to put their bags. They don't have where to sit. They don't have where to study. And so, I bury about Ediam offer penny beer. Was it free? And you know, Dankwamine Secondary School.
It is terrible.
Minoka say
education.
And Mofrano, any Atuako, money Atu Musa Sabri. I will for crowd or Makoha, Omko, the devastation or her. Almost dead. Where the aim to be unfair man to her. And not your Sunday a Marco. It is terrible. Minister for Education.
Now,
so
the stop
Honorable Haruna, please, Madame,
for the picture.
I am Mr. Isi Yabua, Mr. Bobo Modiana,
the guys can we take a look at the
school management doing it in the meantime.
In fact, answer from now, no, the stopgap measure may as me see school down Kasibi Pa. About 24 units a block at the man. Teachers are not that nearby community. So what I'm urging the school management to do is in the meantime, I also got them a bus to only to make the students know at them at the Omako studies. We are trying to find some makeshift facility for them to have somewhere they can sit and eat. But in Manumuya there must be an emergency construction of 24 unit classroom block or even minimum 12 unit classroom block is okay, and to be able to get them a befitting dining hall and Mofra 21st century learners between Atana where na Omakuma. Oh yes, in the Grego school in the Grego
Can you believe?
Oh yes, my friend GS Director General Professor Davis. You see, but the sad thing is that politics be a school crisis we buy a NDC for Enya awakening. This a young politics in change. Can you believe that Nipa Miensebi was a school? As deputy minister, I know very well, sir. Say Nipa way NDC for. But we were working professionally. Promotion bar, your son on position be said will be Obianya, any school now. On there also my bamba. And to a much let the be unfounded facts, lies, then Oma concord to their headmaster. By 2 months without giving the headmaster any hearing. We're interdicting about and so the school is facing double jeopardy. The school has been run down by a storm. At the same time, we don't have a headmaster or school or coordinating these emergency crises. And I don't know how NDC want to mismanage our education system, but I am thinking for will not allow them because sometimes they bottom sika. This school, I am very passionate about it, and Dankwamine Secondary School, I am passionate about it because a same secondary school. No beyond person Dankwamine. Nobody wanted to even go there. The number of people are not main secondary school no more Dankwamine. No more 50. But they are over 1,000. Anything they say, I break positions when I didn't pass. Echo tourist category B school. Echo tourist. Just a DC in Swam, one more release over 10 million a man. We 110 million. So NDC, Sassemwe, MPP, a buying so, M-Pencil, and a secondary school, do say category B school. Yati a boy, and then another Akambo Damai, do Sayem in Yesi, a same crunch, Yabua, and Chinaso, Domiabra,
Honorable Haruna Idrisu,
at Atobia Sing in Akaho, near Tuniachi school, a room pencil, say, I am not a Nabuafubiama, Obia in any secondary school, Obia in any. I am using this medium to draw the attention of the Minister for Education, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, and the Director General, Professor Davis, said, they are doing drone because Asan mine, there's your Ghana for Adankwaman Secondary School, Ghana for Obawa, you find all tribes as part of student in Cranford, before, Achim for, Bono for, Assafuah more pa. Ranso, Ubia tribe Biao, we have all kinds of tribes there. We are part of the education system. We are making releases. Get fund administrator. This is the time you must make emergency releases. Now the fund has been uncapped. This is the time I will say you prioritize education and not pay education lip service. Enti no se oba e kan say school yi mpeni from abubu mudin na se nka mo baby mo fancy bi e ko say school na nka adwiri agu na ya draw my attention nka enye emika na mo de mo abeko continue students mo baby ni wonti mo fancy bi ni wonti Asan Adankwaman should suffer this way. Adankwaman SHS. Omanhene,
but this is very worrying. School for no say I shall say please be so much as here.
Oh yes. Continue students. Teachers don't know what to teach these students.
It's better we talk about this more because
no, it's very distressing.
And Colano said to call through this. Very well. The parents been at the back of what? We do a poem mission. Yes, we do a poem mission. The best education service with the get for the
but on Mansi was a roof and from my and I to Susano, but those near the end so and as
when we even wanted
those no windows, that's as if it's uncompleted.
What I'm saying is
these are just two of the pictures.
Yeah, like me can build in a painting white and green.
This particular one,
Gazi, Mama, pictures, other pictures, right? But that's very bad.
But what I'm saying is that some of the building, the crackers are boss of because said the walls neck ramp from there's not much you can do about it except for total reconstruction.
State Ministry of Education, your funds be national money me because going to be out going to be to state when I want to say so disappointing. I didn't be saying in a when so it's get fund Mama Diana Muntu one of my you know we are saying it's a get fund so near
oh yes I'm a senator.
But when any positive
see so they are aware
I don't talk
about
the local so be in here what they call no feedback benaba
because
to the
man when can
the main person dear mabobono is enough dear mabobono is enough now they say also for a very long time I don't talk about education matters if you have noticed and you know said
is it because who feel one what free ministry who say Joanna mine mo ye no and yet to the satisfaction and I gonna for painting I want to make us about education me
fast my
ready
one kasa my assessment out of 10 say na be my
assessment I can't assess Ghana for me assess Oman
ntin kan fo ne na se won go tumi aba be fa ehumasuya wabra na 2015 nipa 2% na opi to no mutumi kan only 2% yes ya tumi be page before aba be free office na yen ka tran 38% we want to get we've taken it from 2% of people's reading appeal to 30% 1988 ebra World Bank for be can say bibi memo ha learning poverty 88%, meaning say wo fa nkola di fidu e di gina ho a omudu wo fa 10 e di gina ho a ba ko pe e betimi akenkan ye phonics based approaches training teacher for the material be mu they implement intervention with USAID and other partners. The measure national standards for 2022, 2023, 2024, about 54% of people at the age of 10 were able to read. So 6 out of 10 are able to read in Ghana, whereas in other neighboring countries, only 1 out of 10 is able to read.
This particular area, particular school,
now me assess the entire face of the school and infrastructure. Ama obia person ba in fact answer from say kofu ya ba be no abatu 20 January say e mo free any track o mo nsem a Minister for Education, Director General GES, Administrator Get Fund, Esremo, Munchomani, and Command SHS. Mumbai emergency classroom block. We have been here quite tender. We emergency situation. Moamu from Moamu contract about consensus in Mombra. No, I don't have any interest in that. Be our which my room appointed Mombra within a short time. Let them have the construction done.
Okay, school no inside me. I record that's a staff common room. There was a black part of the kitchen. Okay.
And the dining.
And from an up Pasusa.
Pasuna, a tree from this morning. I don't want to go into so it's total reconstruction.
But I am on some when I was in school.
Was a school dining?
And I never heard
that government have.
I know, but
them person when you need power, because not
but you say, dear, so to my breast on the
oh no, as for I don't want to go into the see. But what I'm saying is that we have
serious.
Built this school and but state I sometimes there was one particular time I had to buy the mattresses just to make sure that best school that's the back to one incentive
she said a
later the contractor and Kasa should be held responsible non first explanations na local parliament that be reverend
and call a speed
na parliament no
but speaker edikata
na secretary ba ko de buy
in parliament
and any answer secament postponing indefinitely. You mind what is happening in Ghana right now? Let's put politics aside and call a speed a speed. Because you may be a course nas and course as a kufuado because I've been in parliament for this is my third term. Maintaining pennies says a parliament parliament arrears parliament to extend a branch says he be scaling into and then 21st and one am 21st October release environment.
At what point I was speaker first let him know cause came from
Onasa Sabia somebody member sabe said Krobi wa nam de tuga near the at the said to abayanim said only release sika from parliament. It's not only parliament. NDC ministers so ko mo ba still one back on Makosemo ministers now they are suffering. Releases are not going. Ghana Armed Forces, their releases are not going. Immigration releases are not going. Fire service, prisons, things are not moving, and they are suffering.
So by the letter, the speaker said first one said reasons beyond his control. Why do you limit those reasons to financial reasons?
A woman American Yen say one year we nim the eka.
Only more than the speaker.
Oh, yen the eka. Na say sabia I'm not speaking in particular reference to letter bia. The Americans a parliament. You call recess. The Bresson says here bam. The Santum because for me calling you.
That's what you think.
New date, yeah, Abbey.
That's what you think.
That is what it is. Speak to any parliamentarian.
No, but that's what you think.
And all of us must speak up because see, Parliament independent too. And a Parliament kwakwasemra. Yes. Minoka say we are living in a country. No serious country will have their Minister for Defense, position vacant for over a month. But you can't appoint a Minister for Defense now. Why? Because Parliament is not in session. Uboli di cross Parliament never speaker receive approve refer the relevant committee, but Parliament is not in session, and so they are not able to even appoint a defense minister. Look at the rising insecurity in this country. Sampa yenuanum ewu the AC on kwanta the AC of Benyiri are over 23,000 Korea refugees, 10,000 ko Burkina Faso, 13,000 Korea refugees or Ivory Coast. What's in penny some other? What penny name? What's in penny some Ghana hada? But consum yenkan me on the rising insecurity. Galamsey a site almost site go a pure AK-47 a man for the militia for a bo mo ho ban e wo mu Galamsey site forest mu ensio so ne ade a blue water gas a mumra come and face us. Ube called drugs as a whole sophisticated criminal cartel in Galamsey. These are the kind of situation we are dealing with now. See, for over a month and a half we shouldn't have a defense minister. Are we a serious country who takes our defense seriously? Nyame a crowd man, Nyame a crowd man. Look at all the security threats around us in the Sahel, Niger, Mali, Burkina, DC or Ivory Coast. Look at the rising tensions in Togo. Please, we should get a little bit more serious in this country. And this is a bamboo did grow. Say Nyame a boy who buying Nyame me asum yentino yentu to be bia sakeke. A defense ministry. It is not education or sanitation or communication. And what I say will be to me, they are trying to bambo. Not your bill put to us. Say, we never be measured so now. The finance minister himself has his hands full. This is the most sophisticated ministerial job because in some countries, economic planning and finance. I can't boom back on nipa back. Now, so one here also, and some here defense. How effective would that be? So please, let's take some serious decisions and to know whatever is preventing them from releasing funds to Parliament and to me appoint a defense minister. No, you can't want some. No money, dear sir. No money, dear fata.
I see. Enti dabe namboko.
Nyame adom na se ya Sunday any 21st in the year. So
enti mu ko na wakasa say
we be da. Into the map boasrewa jeneba agora no yi nani enu nti empire ne yebo we are only hoping against hope that we might just have some allocation bema yetumi be parliament by 21st October, and we have to speak for the speaker. You see any party to want to be but any time no ka obeke kan ho kakra mo ye de beba. You see, but any party, so we understand him. He can't come out to say certain things, but somebody has to speak.
I see. So what is your challenge with the recruitment exercises? Unionim biomo mashibejum epesomo the other ideas bamane ye beauty.
Omanhene ideas. Omanhene. And then no and then why gentle power Omanhene power and no casa boko ideas. Some agenda ya tons with friend ideas. Such a backward and dangerous blunder agenda minim nipo de small na me say video ba ku bi am de asane wo mebo
otie omukasa ni
metie omukasa ti wo mo video mbibia
otie nchiremu wo de ba no
muni nchiremu bia Omanhene, let's on a more serious note, I must start by saying say Ghana Armed Forces me say wo mo hierarchy bibi na se ndimu a nye we fidi ara me ba bebo wo mo achi But in this particular matter, you cannot fault a chief of defense staff or a COAS, chief of army staff or chief of naval staff or chief of staff or chief of naval air staff. You won't mean blame Mubia because Omajumano fine. We share comprehensive, meticulous job. Any advert when me I took the pain. And I assessed everything, every requirement, every criteria. Move section by section. The stated qualification. Qualification. Go. Because a human or koyeno. Say we the requisite qualification. In some cases, also, I say to me 24 years. There be almost 27. And there be also we crab it to me or 30 crowd to me, baby. And a sound with the total world best practice in security recruitment standards are a classroom. Now so nam say be political agenda video be a name President Mahama in campaign time where she had no promise on NDC form branch executives more money eba for mako soldier more money eba for mako police more money eba for mako immigration more money eba for mako prisons and all security services. And to when you crowd about farm money, these were very dangerous promises. Videos no about farm money, as if said every slot in the security sector under the 4-year tenure of President Mahama wa hedge SCD Ediama NDC for no problem. If you want to block entry into security services strictly for your party apparatchiks, no problem. But you should be able to find enough of your party full soldiers when we are qualified and recruit them. If you are recruiting them and they meet the requirements, nobody will have qualms with you. But
the basis, you know, when at the wash the numbers of Beka, Majority Chief Whip and Member of Parliament for South Day,
party full soldiers, the
Nelson
left 35
patrol. India. Nelson Dafiamakpo has declared his intention to initiate legal proceedings against the Ghana Armed Forces should it fail to revise current maximum age requirement for the recruitment. The lawmaker has maintained that medical fitness rather than age should serve as the determining factor for enlistment. It's honorable in the way.
Omanhene, where media a journalist be or no or summarize it in a story and one of that dimension, but read the tweets that film purpose on the X handle. So and
what does he say?
That tweet they say he has received he has received numerous calls from his party full soldiers in his constituency. Say age limits, no,
that's why he tweeted.
Yes, that's what he tweeted. If you go on his hand, that is why he tweeted. Say he has received numerous calls from his party foot soldiers. Say age limit no mwawom into lifting 35 mo bia no into me in Rome, and they are disappointed in how age limit no one set no. And some judges so the be mu say yan left age limit no mo bia 35 near 35 for in Rome. Ni nyina na of tell the promise made by President Mahama. A agenda bi no mo e ba be chichire no. And this politicians there omo ya no or baba system bibi dia favor ne nkofo a no apenkofo bi o ma no den na obodi bibia ba hwim no ma gauge the public reaction into bia kan no tumu pa no dia fam. But this one, they must be notified that we shall resist every attempt to say woman they unqualified over age party full soldiers ever be Ghana Armed Forces.
But see reasoning
and I'm going to give you the reason.
Yeah, should be a when you should be a medically.
Yes. You can't separate fitness from age. Age is a major factor of fitness. And fear wedding. Okay, Brana, now 20 years, and you may be an to me and yes, so fitness is contemporaneous with age. Want to mean age in free mo. Any best practice, talk to any soldier, talk to any security expert around the world. One be country say country be anywhere in military no or person moye nkokora ne mrewa. Every military is a fighting force. So we mebunu about 85% of your battalion, they must be within the ages of minimum 30 and maximum 30. About 85%. Because you're fighting force. And you know, we agile people, flexible people, energetic people. Also no, or bebunu, no ya brantie, no ya akatesi antino, or you're ready to take risk, or you're ready to go at all length for the country. On energy. It is what they call jungle, what they call a kwano, what they call kono, what they call assumes uncle Chigalam say for him say Omukretia. He will go fearlessly. Said 1 year crown or dawa, bet dawa yajumano, and so when yanaba. No beer or no oba beshe ni soja juma say what 35. Now what 35 no training a war that ma 1 year ko soja mono. A lot of it no own to me yet. A lot of it own to me because too strenuous for him. If you are looking at non-tradesmen,
so you bet consider my opening be say obi horma or 40 by the strength a crown no obi or 38 by the strength a crown no
so
obi or 41 by the strength a crown medically very fit and strong.
In military recruitment, it's not just about the strength a crown, it's about skill and age and other medical fitness. That is why and even in time past other people who were 35, who were 34, who were 33. Now say we a medical doctor, we a IT specialist, we a lawyer, we engineer, we a cyber security specialist, we a media, who cross some specialist skills via Ghana Armed Forces. It me and less so Mark senior officer. Because a Jumana Akwakoye a support service na Akwakoye. You are not going to be in direct combat. The likelihood say obey in front line a direct combat and to control room be and our control nyoma be and in no they make those exceptions and together that film and some judge and baby raise say you 35 for order that but a ban on non-tradesmen no we read here na they call sojam and you doctor we and then you engineer we and then you nurse we and then you IT guru we what they already na the wuram and this only san dwuma bia na so already na the wuram dia say wo kobu young and some for no ma almost start train because training say what the mass any pano more than the other bema the ono on koye on fan nya na ready na ode koye na mum any skills be no dey bringing to bear. And that is the reason why America by 17.5 years no master team recruit and do be wuram obedi be 10 years American army mu na why say we veteran we free moon now that's why brand here JD Vance their current vice president okodi soldier for almost 10 years and so free mu Krakow University and now I vice president and you know be free mu be we no we di be 10 years 15 years 20 years was say we free American soldier mu no that's a young person. What that tells you is that they are a larger portion of their people who are youthful. Obi ukokomizo na ya Ghana fu bi tumi ekoye soja America no when you ade or calling passport for the koye. It's another matter we don't want to talk about here. So that is not a good reference to make. But the mechanism standard practice for defense recruitment get majority of your people young. And you know, obe man start training na bedru be 15 years no. Na waye soja mranti adwuma na be penny or be sergeant or be warrant officer enti no sabre no na ho de ne ready mpo moa na or the experience no be direct control the troops and ne platoon adwuma and that is how we do it. And be also sabre ya ka say who share advert na Ghana Armed Forces for the buy na kasa mpo mu a they have a session for 30-year-olds and no bandsmen, equipment operators, and motor riders, other categories be a great technicians be near the crampono. You can apply with. So what at all do they want? Meanwhile, they are Ghana Armed Forces. Only 4,000 recruits. Only 4,000 in a country of mine. Your median age 21.3 and you know so back Ghana a population over 32 or so million which half 15 million are younger than 21.3 years old and a 15 million so above that and you know so young men and women akwa juma by the time Uko be a constituency. By the time I'll be same from 20, by the time we do 26 in the crown, I'll be young Pumanabroso. And you know, why are they doing this populist agenda to spoil, you know, friends?
These are suggestions to be considered.
No, you're bogu. No, you're bogu. And I'm saying, sir, now, looking at the political angle, no more banity. Niem pese Ghana be kwa Liberia. Oman how can they see Liberia? During President Torbert's time, history tells us, or your reforms be say yentie grassroots. Now politicians no the omoka no ye abolish age limit no na for bia mewura mu generals na won to omo for say there be they dangerous a best say armed forces anti and umbugu ye and we a politician and age be apebia whether you qualify or not and say sa omugu mu and none of them to start destabilize armed forces are Liberia anye papa biwa bepemunei. Okay. We don't want to go.
Reverend, we are just about wrapping up. You know, baby on Galamsey effort by this current administration.
But before me wrap away. So me wrap away up. What the committee we have decided, and some of us leading strongly, is that the Ghana Armed Forces politician be ede o monsa begu o mochi akọ force nkofu bi anya qualified egu o moso because o mon kasa. Yeah, politicians they don't get involved. They are professionals. So we will institute a monitoring and audit mechanism. No. Yeah, they monitor every recruitment, not only in Ghana Armed Forces, in every security service. As ranking member, I will ensure that is done. And you monitor, I say, standards no one more advertising no. Sa pepe and will be a woman funny be and ekura. We will audit it so that the integrity of the requirements will not be compromised. Near insulate the sanctity and competency of our security agencies from political abuse. And you know your base are monitoring and auditing.
If you've just joined us, I'm Reverend Tim for joining Airborne Como Wahanum say Fidelity Bank say we want to seek a boom. Almost a boom Edasua Ekoso Dindinti MRV just a deposit of 500 Ghana cedi. Now you stand the chance of winning 5,000 on monthly basis. The bigger draw there. While Misobenya Adekese pa Esumbuye panting multiples of 500 cedis deposit. No now we are a chedia sunku free Fidelity Seeker Boom Reloaded promo no. San Shishewe NLA Caritas platform no. I was so dindia eboa pa yipa. Na makosun so kai will say Joy News EcoBank Habitat Fair no so no main fair no be biegwa kwama eco kama from the 23rd to the 26th of October this very month conference center ede bronti kayunu say obasheno so no to one mom we brought to you by Drive EV Ghana. Drive into a sustainable future and powered by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Virtual Security Africa, and then Safety and Homes Solutions, Superlock Technologies Limited, DPS Pipes, Elegant Homes, and General Construction Limited, Gold Key Properties, Ayuda, Special Gardens, DBS Industries Limited, Door Master, and Leash Fortune Limited, LandlordAfrica.com, The Builders Market, Right House Energy, Centex Tank, Automation Ghana, Interplus, Yobent, Yobent Security Doors, Clifton Homes, Western Villas, MTN, Green Box Sewage. One ana yeni omuko dinkita wakwan shunku krone 23rd to the 26th of a year October this very month. Kingdom Ebazo, Pomundu Nibito, your Kingdom Garlic Capsules and Bitters, Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules, and Tremendous Capsules. So from 0559 761144 or 0249 370878. Na wetimini one dinkita. Mine abuna pokuya ahwene ane wahanum say and our guest Reverend Tim for Joe. We are wrapping up soon. Reverend, abaya about 9 months ni, and the call for all of us to put ideas together, all hands on deck, suggesting that we have one country and we need to rally around the flag and ensure Ghana bidding kunim this time round in our quest to fight this illegality. So far, Abaya demonstrating enough to show say opposite utusa into kwayasi.
Oh, Debbie, so far no, I'm meaning the cranny. Abaya no ada Ghana funyi na ye Ghana funyi na 419. Na asefim pasenka amanyofo eseba ebia nye 100% nya no betumi edi so. But Galamsey enya dia as odi Ghana for hwambo. And saying about 3 months to election September. NDC phone penny phone na dodo because some George can home okuje to Blakwa current lands and natural resources minister, current education minister, name penny for can home some Jamfine Vondin podium the press conference crowd supra all of them together with 1 year almost ya dantem CSO for and actually you so makwadi appointment you say san na wo nya dantem for oye make kasi a wotin tam ye any pressure kasi a wotin tam ye wukrum ha nyina demonstration wotin tam ye nyina de mo kan say President Akufo-Addo must declare state of emergency. Sabe no wo no say so mo security expert, wo mo environmental expert, wo mo mining expert na de beboa o mine no even as of September 2024 any state of emergency and you know the pressure eto omanpeni so at some point President Mahama Nakra can say President Akufo-Addo must resign because we're failing Ghana in Galamsey. Sam George Cracker said if the president want to stop Galamsey and declare state of emergency within 2 weeks obey to me the ye to abade mamu Ghana for to aba ede mamu mamu beje ya afi yensu nyina na poison afi the be process kura de ama Ghana water for the we free manu kura no ayeden because apart from say ensu no afuno na tabidity no akosoro no poisons nso ewom arsenic mercury and the lead ni the wuwo no unimaginable, unprecedented. Could declare state of emergency? I will say there be. Manunsi will not. Okay. Could declare state of emergency? Also there be only declare na national security advisor and will be advice will say whether you should declare state of emergency or not. As a ranking member on defense and interior, meaning the national security architecture. We purchase President Akufo-Addo pension. Sabi nekwe donko any man advice on whether state of emergency should be declared or not. Sabi ni national security advisor. And then anyone who's a national security advisor and they be advice until national security advisor say so. What the national security advisor, what was his assessment and what advice did he give you in September 2024? I don't know what the years are you need a promise Ghana force Obama state of emergency. So no one boss on a pound for say a first state of emergency home. 17 for your man kabi. And a Ghana force say only the boss so you can't now we are importing water. Now look at the state of our water bodies. Uba Central region. But bimpa yon to Galamsey no. In so we nampa say because if you baby aba be hwe gumu am say kwanyako plant no ade wo munsam keep cool so mu nsuo no. That's what kind of punishment and are they a man for to abama now will punish you say now they can't declare it because a whole no music free a whole no gold board secret na whole no free o man penisia press kodo Yankson bisa na the all can say so long as we munya secret free mu no de wo mo ntra wo ma foreigners mu no scanning kodo mo abeje nti say yes say you try forest go na say da chin say near poison you so long as our President Mahama and in the gold board na pound for benya gold music dini die and no Galamsey and twaso so Ghanaians are watching.
We say an opano na yenya report say TUC Trade Union Congress no omo ekoto ewo kwanya ko brim na atim areas in the central and eastern baby a water treatment plant awodo no one and omo koye first hand ko share the omani so ade ene de omo brief na omo sanso nya no Omatos and Krama Mampani say state of emergency no was so declared now because say or minus yet na say na ya train say ya train information ya chamaneba baby a dear bedroom and you say omo like their spirits crumple no adam pain. But
the president
central region.
But the president has said that that will be dependent on the advice of the National Security Council and maybe other relevant bodies. But in Lusa brain.
But Tomo Koy do Makuhunu and the Diomatse. And no more sako way etum and they are saying say as TUC say president Antoine Mo Nadio Moken Wanya ebia actiona lady no be taking a bed and no yet
please.
Oman please near the way.
You should calm down. In seminar in seminar this year and some
for 2 months
we have adopted all these approaches and we have to take our time. Yes. We don't want to get it wrong again. Na Akufo-Addo buy no or the tabot so the aftermath no we went wayward. I'm looking at where we can have close to permanent solutions in terms of this galamsey.
I know.
Oh, there be and I say
I would disagree with you.
We need challenge
at the time with that NDC for a formidable solution. And no proposal just a year ago. Please, just a year ago and now what has changed? So you go by what the TUC saying that at this point.
No,
we are going by what NDC said we should do in 2024. NDC for say one more major
NDC assistance does not believe in it. But I'm saying that the NDC you for me the so. The NDC assistance now does not believe in that state of emergency. And then the TUC is coming in to say Oma consider no more who say baby I do no. In fact, Abna reporter me makai joy for reporter makai. You say yensu yenam yemframa
everything
clearly. As I say, a bank beyond permanent military zones declaration. No, because and yes, idea. By the time we come to
yes, I feel what I say.
But the fact that they know freedom, that's all no or state or I don't know a footwear national security to me a diamond company because a man say treatment water treatment plants are running in ano collapse. It's at which point am I better say baby you do the national security who say I west it was see declare see a chance across Ghana no 80% of your water treatment plants na say ansa asat na we know say 60% of yensu no ni nyina no asay nti yentwen kwose e bedu 85% of say yensu say yensa sensu yenim say 44 out of 288 in for room yentwen kwahunu say 100 na say 200 out of 288 no and the national security beka say e braso was declare so man timelines are empenyfo equally for normal farmer because it is getting serious.
So omukwa awoso ansem
me da wase no de me di twatwo ne se wo na aye dinsini na se obeton me no awosi me super me hu ani wo se o je sa haban na nkatie je no we no na ho beto ave a year later na wo ankasa wo yare a we san katie ne biase da bi katie ne de doctor bi atumi for say ma me we no until me slow the hypocrisy me da abna poku ahwene ase because some findings na omo de betu bi so omo politicians and I've always advised politicians must stay off this yenya neutrals ne experts no omo nyanim omo de ko ban say we nya team fojo na akotwa mfoni bi
keju omo trase ane sa
pasa no a me team fojo me a mintumi enkransuo nom
yes
me a gold me hu bi na mintumi enkransuo nom me na mebre na nua no mo a omo ntumi enkransuo na so omo ati jubilee house ne de woman go to sick one between the accounts you know yent na woman say yensu no na mom de hia pa ne say
Reverend ye da say o man ye kwedie ma men kai nuano mo ma wo hwe de ebo mebu ye ne mako se breast cancer screening no makoye me de it be srew the whole year wanya sabusumi we mu de ayarsa bia bebre na no run discount bi kra ye ne free me patoko na yen screening nufu no ma waye ye hu ni ntema e sevien
abena pokuya ne Reverend Tivo Jomedase. So the sports team is on brutal.
Why outdated? I Assafuah.
Savannah Bento, we all go paint some Savannah Bento. It's so special. Savannah Bento.
Savannah Paint from Azar Group since 1921. We all go paint some.
Register for free. Choose from over 200.
Assafuah FM. Ekosiisen. Assafuah FM. Ekosiisen. Assafuah 94.7. Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Assafuah 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Assafuah FM Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7. Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7. Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7. Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7. Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7. Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7. Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7. Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa FM. Ekosiisen. Asempa 94.7. Asunyine tie. Oribo. Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie. Oribo Ekosiisen, Asempa FM, Ekosiisen, Asempa